Haven't you heard winds of the empty desert? Haven't you carried my name in your sighs, whispering to the dunes like a fading confession that all three of my wives left me, and I am standing here alone beneath a sky so wide it feels like judgment? Let me speak tonight, not like a king who hides his wounds behind gold, not like a man who pretends he never falls, but like a traveler, barefoot on the burning sand, heart open like a tent with no walls. For people see the palaces, the horses, the victories, the shade of palm trees around my courtyard, and they say, he cannot know heartbreak. He has the world at his feet. But what is the world when a man's home stands empty? What are the trophies if the silence of rooms echoes louder than applause? What is strength if the ones you love walk away from you like shadows escaping dawn? Haven't you noticed? The falcons return to my wrist, but the women I cherished no longer return to my life, and perhaps the desert knows why. I remember the first one, gentle as a dawn, breeze brushing across the blue Gulf waters. She loved poetry, and I thought my words would be enough to hold her, but I was young, reckless with my time, married more to the horizon than to her waiting eyes. I chased adventures, and she chased peace, and peace loses patience faster than adventure loses breath. One evening, she packed her silence into a suitcase and walked away with the grace of someone who has forgiven you long before she leaves you. I told myself I was fine, as men often do, but the desert recorded every unspoken apology and buried it beneath its sands. The second, she was a storm wrapped in the skin of a woman, a heart too big for the world, a fire too wild for my own. We loved each other with intensity, with arguments that cracked the walls, with embraces that fixed them again. But storms cannot live inside a home. They need open sky, freedom, distance, thunder. She told me I cannot breathe in a love that fears losing me more than it understands me. And I let her go, because what else is love but letting someone fly if they are born with wings sharper than your courage? To this day, I swear the clouds still smell like her perfume when it rains over Dubai. But the third, she was different. She was calm in the way that made me calm, soft in a way that made my strength gentle. She listened, she prayed for me, she waited. She believed love could tame even the wildest parts of me. And maybe it could have if I had let it. But I came to her heart carrying old wounds, heavy fears, unanswered questions. She came hoping to build a life together, and I came hoping she could fix a life already breaking. It was not fair, not to her, not to me. So the day she left, she cried, not because she stopped loving me, but because she realized loving me was destroying her. And sometimes the bravest thing a woman can do is walk away from the man she prays she could stay for. So yes, all three left, and now I stand in the open desert beneath a moon that feels too bright for my shadows, asking the wind, asking myself, asking life itself, haven't you? Haven't you heard? Not because I seek pity. I am a man, a poet, a wanderer, not a beggar of sympathy, but because truth is a burden, lighter when spoken aloud. People think heartbreak comes once, like a single storm of fate, but heartbreak comes in seasons, waves, chapters, opening and closing doors until you realize you have been knocking on the wrong ones for years. Tonight, I am not ashamed of loss. Loss is the teacher pride tries to expel. Heartbreak is the ink my poetry drinks. Loneliness is the saddle on which I ride across memories, and I know somewhere beyond the dunes, somewhere past the horizon, somewhere in a moment, God has already written, peace waits for me. But before peace comes, I must be honest with myself. So I ask my reflection in the silent desert, was it them or was it me? And the desert, in its ancient wisdom, answers W without speaking. It was life, life with its unforgiving pace, life with its demands, its duties, its nights spent away from those you love, life with its choices and the unchosen consequences that follow, life with its storms you cannot outrun and its sunsets you arrive too late to witness. Maybe I married too early. Maybe I loved too carelessly. Maybe I trusted my strength too much, thinking it could protect love better than gentleness could. But every ending leaves a mark, and every mark teaches a verse. Tonight I am writing those verses with the honesty of a man who finally sits with himself instead of running from his own heart.